First, I want to recognize what a great pleasure it is to be here with Honorable CS for Environment, a close counterpart. My friend, Dr. Wortney, who is doing tremendous work in EGAD as well, and PS Sengwei as well as the Honorable Lawrence Kabande, Special Representative from EGAD, and importantly, David Omwangyo, the CEO for the Media Council here as well. And critically, all the media representatives that are here today, who are here to celebrate, and all our other distinguished colleagues and guests. It's a true pleasure to be here today. As mentioned, my name is David Goosney. I'm the Mission Director for Kenya and East Africa. And actually, we're part of the U.S. Embassy here, so we're actually a bilateral donor. But part of our portfolio that we do here is the regional port. And that is our partnership, includes our partnership with EGAD, which has been transformative in so many ways, and is a deep pleasure to support as well as we go forward. And it's a particular pleasure to be here with you tonight because it really helps underscore the deep partnership between the American people and the people throughout East Africa. And that's a partnership that is based on common principles, common values. I had the opportunity right before here to have a little bit of time to talk with some of the guests here, including David. And he highlighted that one of those core values, one of those core shared experiences between the American people and the Kenyan people was we both had to fight for independence. It was a fight that was transformative, important, and it was a fight that represented and resulted in something we also have in common. And this is something that we were discussing with CS Dwale just before this. And that is a strong constitution. A constitution which embeds the importance of a free and independent media as a cornerstone of democracy. And it's a cornerstone not just because it helps enable democracy, but it's a cornerstone because it helps enable development. And when we were here earlier and we were asked the question, what does peace mean to you? And turn to your neighbor and ask that question. And I was sitting next to CS Dwale and said, so what does peace mean to you, CS? And he said, peace means development. Because when development comes, people have hope in a future. They see a future for themselves. They see a future in a partnership with their government. They see a role for them in the future. And that's what we're here to support. As part of USAID here in Kenya, here in East Africa, and indeed worldwide, that's part of what we're here to support as well. We're here to support the critical role of the media in a free and independent democracies, but also critically, the role they play in supporting development as we go forward as well. So, for an example, USAID is the leading donor worldwide in support of the media. That's a cornerstone of our partnership with EGAD. That's a cornerstone of what we work through here. And just to give you one example, most recently we supported 250 journalists up in Turkana to understand the issues there, to understand the work we and others, our donors, are doing there, and to engage with the population. That's part of that peace building. That's part of development. That's part of what CS Dwale was highlighting as well in our partnership with EGAD. I was basically trained as an economist. And one of the things I was always frustrated with as an economist a little bit is they always say most economics theories start with one assumptions they say is assume perfect access to information. Well, we realize perfect access to information doesn't really exist. But it is underscoring the critical role of the media here. That the media plays a critical role in providing citizens with the information so that they can make informed decisions. Decisions about their democracy, decisions about their community, and decisions about the conversations they need to have with their representatives. And those are all things that we're here to support. One example, I think he's here with us today, I hope so, is Hesborn Itayeng, who was recently awarded by, he's a member of the People's Daily newspaper, and he was trained and then reported, for example, on COVID-19, again in Turkana County. Again, informing the citizens about the realities of COVID-19, steps that they could take, and the steps that the government was taking to address that pandemic. And because of his efforts, he was awarded the Digital Health Category Award in 2022 of the annual Journalism Excellence Awards organized by the Media Council of Kenya. And could you give him a little round of applause for that effort? But lastly, I just want to underscore that at USAID, and more broadly the U.S. government, we try not only to use an American phrase, we try not only to talk the talk, but we want to walk the walk. What do I mean by that? I mean that we recognize that we are here in implementing a variety of development programmings, and we're not perfect. We make mistakes, implementers make mistakes. Part of your role is not just to hold the government accountable, to hold the region accountable, it's to hold partners like us accountable. You are the eyes and ears in the field. You know what's going on. You know what is happening. We encourage you to continue to ask us the tough questions, to inform us about what's happening in the field, to engage with us in the conversations that are an important part of building that shared knowledge which enables us all to prosper and share objectives as we go forward. So thank you again for the role you play. Thank you for the partnership in the shared values between the American people and the people throughout East Africa, including here in Kenya. Thank you for holding us accountable. Thank you for your efforts informing the people. Thank you for building democracy. And thank you for building peace here and throughout the region. Asante sana.